17 and a half hours. That's how long it took to cook this delicious pork butt, and let me tell you, it was worth every minute. What's up everybody? Welcome back to Patio. We don't even have time for an intro today. I'm about to show you one of the nicest looking pork butts to ever come off a pellet grill. Now, there is nothing special about this butt. I went to the local butcher. It's just a choice butt, not Berkshire, nothing. The secret is all in the cook. But let me bring you back. Last night at 9 o'clock, 17 and a half hours ago, we started this cook. So first off, all I did is I took it out of the package. I used my knife. I cross-hatched all the fat, and I brought out my favorite rub from Grow Mates, put that all over it, put a heavy coat on it. So while the pork and the rub were getting acquainted, we let that sit for 30 minutes. I came out and started to get the Yoder ready. Now I was already running the Yoder most of the day because I actually seasoned my new stainless steel grates. I'll show you in a second, but there's two pieces for the bottom and there's a piece for the top. If you've ever left your regular grates outside, especially the top one, overnight, they rust pretty easily. I've done it numerous times, so I said enough's enough. I want to get some stainless steel grates. And one of the advantages, the bottom is two pieces. So when you're trying to clean out your firebox or you want to go over to the grill grates, it's super easy. You just pull it out and move it. So I like it a little bit better. And we're probably going to get in some jerky. That's a whole nother conversation. But anyhow, I was seasoning those up. So I was running for 450 for a long time. Then I cooked some chicken. And then we got this down to about 200 degrees. You shouldn't go over 300 with a thermal jacket on. So I brought it down to 200. It was 25 degrees outside when I started, so the outside was pretty cool. We put on our thermal jacket. It was getting down to 16 degrees last night. For my Canadian friends, that's -9 Celsius. It was freezing. So I definitely wanted to put this on so I didn't have to wake up in the middle of the night to add more pellets. And at 17 and a half hours, we've actually used about 30 pounds of pellets, which considering right now it's only 28, it's really not too bad. The other kicker is that it was 20 to 30 mile an hour winds all day yesterday and 50 mile an hour gusts. It was crazy windy. I'll show you the chart. Remarkably, with the thermal jacket on, there's some little peaks and valleys, but it actually ran really well. We had a temp swing between 5 and 10 degrees majority of the night. We had a couple peaks and valleys that were larger, but when you're dealing with that kind of wind and that kind of cold, thermal jacket really helps it out. So what I did is for the first 16 hours, I ran this guy at 225. I didn't open it, didn't touch it. Came check the pellets this morning. I was still in pretty good shape. I did add a little bit more a little while ago to get us up to about 30 pounds. And then at 16 hours, I turned this up to 250. I wanted to get it moving along. It was going to take a long time to move from my 190 to my 204 target temperature. And I didn't probe this thing or anything like that yet, but I don't think we have to. I looked at it a few hours ago. I've only looked at it once, so we're going to look at it together. But I've got high expectations. Whew. Man, look at the color on that guy. Wow, it is tender, a little crunchy up the side. Oh, I'm almost scared to pick it up. I don't know if it's going to come. Oh yeah, it's going to stick a little bit. But look at the color on this is crazy. The fat, like I can actually push it. And I've got a little fat bubble here. That's how, and I'm barely touching it. So it's tender. That's funny, I've never seen that before. I'm scared to actually touch it because it's gonna come right apart. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a spatula there. It's definitely a little stuck. All right, we're loose. Wow. Now this little guy came off. That is fall apart. I'm gonna let this guy rest, but I have to try this. Wow. You just see all the juices coming out here. The bone's ready to work itself out, but we've got to let this guy rest. That's going to be very difficult. I'm going to let it rest a good 45 minutes. I'm just going to loosely wrap it in foil. And again, like 17 and a half hours. I haven't sprayed this. I haven't touched it. I opened it once several hours ago just to get an idea of what it was looking like. And now we're looking at it together for my second time, your first time. Let's wrap it up and I'll bring it out and we'll tear into it. Been an hour, let's have a closer look. The one thing I did forget to mention is that I used hickory on this cook, just so you guys know. I kind of want to put it on the board to show you guys. It is dying to fall apart. I mean, it's almost like Jello. It is so tender. All right, enough drooling. Let's see what happens here. Oh, helps if you don't hang on to the bone. Check out the amount of moisture in that. Wow. That, my friends, is hands down the juiciest pork butt I've ever seen. Up close at least. I mean, that's a lot of moisture in there. Wow. Now what I'm going to do is I've got a little bit of crunch from the bark here because we didn't spray it all and it was on there so long. Now up with the fat it's fine, but around the sides it's a little harder. We're going to just chop this up with a knife, mix it all in after I pick through and separate some of the stuff that I don't want out of here. But I'm going to do that part off camera. The amount of moisture in this thing is impressive. 17 and a half hour cook, 1 hour rest, well worth it. Although using the Yoder, I really didn't have to do anything. I just had to wait it out. So pretty happy with that. I'll be trying that one again. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Try this one yourself. I think you're gonna like it. Thanks as always for watching. Appreciate your support. Doing new videos every Monday now. I'll see you soon.